You think you should skip breakfast. Why is it that kids or teenagers, your 16-year-old needs to eat breakfast and you want them to eat breakfast, but you don't think you need breakfast? Coach Greg, and today it's all about breakfast. We're going to be talking about what you should eat for breakfast, what you shouldn't eat for breakfast, or should you even bother to eat breakfast at all? Like, why even bother? There was a saying that I still hold true today, that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You should eat like a king for breakfast, a queen for lunch, and a pauper for supper. After all, when you're eating breakfast, you have the whole day ahead of you. You're going to be burning off a lot of those calories, but at night, you're just going to bed. You're laying down. You're not going to burn off a lot of calories. So why should we eat a tiny breakfast or none at all and eat most of our calories at night if we're going to be using those calories during the daytime when we're awake? Does that make sense? But somewhere along the lines, people thought, no, breakfast isn't important anymore. We should just skip it. Intermittent fasting. Let's listen to Dr. Oz. All the people are saying if you want to live a long life, you shouldn't eat breakfast, and why not carry it on? Let's skip lunch as well. Let's just eat once a day. Let's eat in a window of opportunity, and then we won't get fat because all our calories in a certain window. You can't get fat if you only eat once a day. Whether you have children or not, consider this example. If you knew of somebody that was withholding breakfast from their children, would you consider that to be okay? If somebody was a parent, they said, no, I want them to fast. I don't want my kids having breakfast or lunch. I'm going to send them to school with no breakfast, and I'm not giving them any money for lunch because I want them to do intermittent fasting. I don't want them to eat till later because studies will show you live longer if you skip meals. It's better for you. What would you say to that? Would that not potentially endanger their offspring? And listen to this. When I was in university, I did research on the importance on breakfast for kids. It's very important. Studies show that children perform better cognitively if they consume breakfast than if they don't. Kids who don't eat breakfast, they don't do as well in school. So schools have an initiative to offer free food. It's free. Think of it, it's considered to be so important that the government thinks that kids should actually be able to eat breakfast for free. But you think you should skip breakfast. Why is it that kids or teenagers, your 16-year-old needs to eat breakfast and you want them to eat breakfast, but you don't think you need breakfast? Oh, but they're growing. Last I checked, I stopped growing when I was 13. So I ask again, why should I have to eat breakfast at 16? You're saying, because you're growing. Well, how many of you are working out? Are you not trying to grow? So if a kid needs breakfast because they're growing and you're trying to grow muscle, why are you skipping breakfast? But you're saying, I don't have time for breakfast. Make time. Why get up and I have to rush out the door? Get up earlier. Well, I need more sleep. Go to bed earlier. Is this not rocket science? Why can't people use their heads? How come it's so difficult to understand if you need to get up earlier, you go to bed earlier? So that's the first problem. First problem is people are skipping breakfast thinking it's the better way. It is not. You skip breakfast or save your calories for later, you might end up like Amber Lynn Reed. Oh, I have a 160 calorie shake for breakfast, maybe a little stir fry for lunch, and then, I'm going to binge the rest of the day because ghrelin's coming for you to punch you in the face and eat. Keep those hunger hormones at bay by eating breakfast. And not just any breakfast, a proper breakfast. Your breakfast is broken. Something is wrong with the choices we're eating for breakfast. We should not be eating frickin' dessert for breakfast. You seen the breakfast? Donuts. Will Tennyson would want a donut for breakfast. We all do, but it's frickin' dessert. A donut. Oh no, I won't eat a donut. I have a muffin. A muffin is a frickin' piece of cake disguised as a muffin. Muffins are cake. Unless it's an anabolic protein muffin, one that's inside the circle. You should not just be eating muffins and donuts. It's cake. It's the same thing. Just eat freaking cake and be honest. If you're eating muffins for breakfast, you're eating cake. Unless it's a high protein muffin that you brought into the circle by putting in less butter and sugar and calories. Cereal, Fruit Loops. There ain't no frickin' fruit in a cereal. Eat fruit. Fruit Loops. That's a sugar loop. It's just sugar. It's not healthy. It's dessert. It's a chocolate bar. Fruit Loops is candy. May as well call them jujubes or Swedish berries or Sour Patches. It's Fruit Loops. Coffee. Oh, everyone likes a coffee, but be sure to add a bunch of cream and sugar. What is wrong with you? It's another dessert. It's a chocolate bar put into a coffee that you drink. Coffee, the way you're having it, is not healthy. You need to use artificial sweeteners or low-calorie creamers or nothing at all. Have it black, like Will Tennyson. He's making up for the donuts that he's having by consuming the black coffee. It's about balance, people. I'm not saying you can't have it ever. I'm saying use balance. Oh, I don't eat that. I have pancakes, waffles, and crepes. Yeah, filled with Nutella and whipped cream. How is that healthy? It's not. Bring it inside the circle. Too many calories, fat, sugar. Make it healthier. Put some protein in it. Why are you just having carbs and fats for breakfast? Try to have some balance. Pop-Tarts, toaster strudels, and Eggo waffles. It's like a chocolate bar put into a toaster and heated up. It's a dessert. Once again, you should be eating a small portion of that at the end of a meal. You know, after eating all the healthy stuff like vegetables. How many of you eating vegetables for breakfast? Not many. Some are eating fruit. Well, there's a good start. But why can't you have vegetables for breakfast? You should be eating vegetables for breakfast. You don't have to just eat the same thing you've been eating your entire life just because it's breakfast. Why is it so common to have baby girls for breakfast? The pig, pork. Why can't we eat other sources of protein? I'm not saying you have to go vegan. I'm saying, why is it that this one source is so popular? Bacon, sausage. Is that what she said? No, bacon, ham, sausages with hash browns, it's French fries, and friggin' pork. That's what that is. And you're not even having vegetables on the side. I don't see anyone having sausage, hash browns, and eggs with a salad on the side. The big, massive meal you're having for supper, wouldn't it make more sense to have that for breakfast? Because you're going to be moving all day. You'll burn it off. Why are you saving up your calories for supper time? And why are we eating dessert for freaking breakfast? Do you know what Allie was having for breakfast this morning? Reese's. And I was planning breakfast and watching, she's eating Reese's chocolates for breakfast. So what people are typically eating for breakfast are high glycemic, high sugar, high calorie dense foods. And why do you think most people are overweight or obese? Is it really that shocking? We're eating completely bass-ackwards for friggin' breakfast. We're eating dessert first thing in the morning, and then our later meal at night is the massive meal that has the protein. Why can't we have more protein for breakfast? Well, I'm saying you should. Try to have more protein and more vegetables for breakfast. Fruit, of course, but most people already know that. You need to add protein. A plain bagel or bagel with cream cheese. Allie loves those. Not enough protein and not very filling. It's high calorie dense foods. It's not going to fill you up. And you're saying, well, I don't have time. Make time. You don't have time for cardio? Make time. It's for your health. What's more important? Rushing out the door, not eating properly, becoming obese, overweight, not exercising, or making time to live a long and healthy lifestyle. If you need ideas for a healthy breakfast, get my freaking cookbook. You know it was coming. How could you not? The cookbook has so many delicious, amazing recipes for breakfast. And guess what? You can eat the lunch meals, the supper meals for breakfast as well. You can eat breakfast for supper. I don't care. I eat anything. Sometimes eat French toast for breakfast. Sometimes it's pancakes. Sometimes it's wraps. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Get the cookbook. Change your life. Eat a healthier breakfast. Be healthier than last time. The bloops are over there. Watch those. Subscribe to my newsletter, Instagram, TikTok. Follow me everywhere. Buy all the stuff I've ever made. Make me richer than last time. And until next time, I am out. Be healthier than last time. And until next time, why did I say that quick? Is that what she said? I am out.